Well, so does he. It's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
Okay, let me break this down very simply, okay? I want to be as concise as possible. The globalists use racial and tribal politics to control populations. And if a group is a majority or tends to be wealthy and powerful, they will paint them as the bad guys as a pretext to get them to be guilty to give in to the corruption. It's like, you're killing the earth. Pay Al Gore trillions in carbon tax. Well, wait a minute. Goldman Sachs with Enron wrote this plan and it has nothing to do with the environment. Shut up. Shut up, earth killer, polar bear murderer. Hey, I don't want your government-run health care. By the way, this is a scam written by insurance companies. Shut up, racist. What does that have to do with race? Shut up, racist. I see you deny your racism. Hey, our country's collapsing and the anchor babies are bankrupting the states and the illegal aliens are pouring across and Mexico's imploding with crime. And shut up, racist. Shut up. Shut up. You know, the feds are financing illegal checkpoints, warrantless searches, body scanners, total federalization. But then they're raiding Sheriff Arpaio, saying that if they pulled somebody over for drunk driving and they were illegal, he was taking drunk driving illegals to jail. And it's like, the news is like, in a hardcore police state move, Arpaio. And they're like, look at that Arpaio. One time he was at a rally with 10,000 people, and there was one guy in the background who might be a white supremacist. It's total proof. And yeah, and Alex Jones is too, and so is Ron Paul. And I'm like, they're aborting half the black people. I'm against that. Shut up, racist. You're against killing black people. You're a racist. You're a racist. No, see, I'm sick of being called a racist. I was brought up bleeding heart, guilty liberal, I'm bad, white people are evil. You know, that was the culture in the media. And my parents weren't totally like that, but they were like, you know, totally anti-racist. And along with that comes all of the tour. You know, I'm just like, oh, you know, I'm so evil. No, I've done nothing to anybody. And a bunch of criminal banks are bringing this country down, and they got that racist Jessica Alba. I've seen her say so much racist stuff, running around, shooting her mouth off, and I'm supposed to say, thank you, wise Latina. Take my guns and all my property. I'm a racist gringo, and I'm going to lick your boots and tell you I'm sorry I'm such scum. Thank you for the movie where gringos are all the devil and are hacked up with machetes. I worship you, my queen. No, it's not happening. I'm done. And now I am really doing research and discovering that it's all of the rich white people, black people, Hispanic, it doesn't matter, but predominantly Hispanics on the Southwest who are running the coyotes, running the drugs, working with the CIA, running all this corruption, and they are helping take the Hispanic children into dungeons and blow their heads off after they're raped if they didn't pay $2,000 or $4,000 to the coyotes from Latin America. I mean, Mexico just slaughters immigrants, and that's loving. La Raza and Mecha are like, yay! You know, they never say a word about all that. And that's what Robert Rodriguez is doing. He's exporting Mexophobia against the Republic, against the United States, teamed up with the globalists to all of Latin America. And that's why Hispanic folks all over Central and South America and Puerto Rico are sending me photos of the local movie theater posters saying, get with machete, with a bloody machete. It's being sold to try to take Mexican phobia of the United States. I'm not talking about Mexicans themselves, but, you know, Mexophobia that goes on in Mexico, of the United States to all of Latin America. And Rodriguez thinks I'm just going to sit here and be a good little gringo and lick his boots and say, I'm sorry, I'm a racist white puto. Well, will you please kick me in the teeth? And I'm just going to roll over and grovel to you. It ain't happening. I'm done. And I'm going to say it. I've read the script, and Rodriguez reportedly wrote it. He's a racist, okay? He's a racist. He wants to make a movie about white racists that are murdering Hispanics when there's no such thing going on in reality with the Minutemen. I mean, that is something the Ku Klux Klan would write for white people. I'm done. You're just like David Duke, Rodriguez, and so is Alba and all of it. And I'm not going to mince words anymore. I'm done. I'm done. Now I'm going off into a rant because this entire country is going into hell in a handbasket, and the big foundations in Fox News and the Fox News owner are funding the imam with the mosque. They're funding Machete. They want us all at each other's throats. Here is the clip of the newscast with the Beat Whitey night, and it's been confirmed that it's so politically correct, I guess those white teenagers, they should go to jail because they're racist. They should have taken clubs and beaten themselves in the head and said, "Thank you, black man, I am a white devil. And I'm bad. I should go to prison because I'm white." Again, that's the message. You're white, you're a Nazi. And this is going to be used to pass the carbon taxes, the health care, already has been, unless white people stop being guilty. Okay? I'm done. And I'm telling you, Mexico's collapsed, the Southwest is collapsing. If we move the free market to the North Pole, you'd have the illegal aliens trying to bust down the door to the North Pole. Let's go ahead and go to this clip. Here it is.
Well, Rachel, 2 officers were injured and 5 people were arrested last night, marking the 3rd time since East Sider night that a large group of young black people were involved in assaults in or around the fairgrounds.
White's faults.
We had reports that these juveniles were attempting to assault white citizens.
Well, the whites deserve it.
You know, that's all under investigation at this time. Whether this has racial overtones or not, we are looking into that.
It's a fear that police...
Can you imagine if 45, 50 white people were running around beat black people night, beating black people up? I mean, it would be the end of the world. But when it's admitted with blacks doing it, it's like we're still looking into it. Because, see, she's a racist white cop if she says it's wrong. See, this is all just about guilt. It has nothing to do with Hispanics and blacks. It's about getting us all to fight with each other. I think I've said that enough. Let's go back to the clip.
According to one of the police reports from Sunday's assaults, there was a large fight along East 30th Street with, quote, black male and female juveniles assaulting white citizens. As Des Moines police stepped in to try and break up the 40-person deep crowd, officers were met with...
What does the Ford Foundation fund? They funded all the black liberation groups who teach them. Those weren't white people they were attacking. Those were white devils. Those were vampires out at night. They had to do this. I can't believe how racist the state fair whites are. I can't believe the media is so racist to criticize these wonderful black youth attacking vampires. Let's go back to it.
With heavy resistance.
We continue to try to move them along and disperse. And
they were fighting vampires, lady. What are you?
At that point, 2 officers were hit in the head from behind while trying to make arrests, forcing one of them to use a stun gun to get control of the situation. Chemical sprays were also used on the crowd to get things under control.
There were several groups of juveniles together. What I was told from some officers that it was like a swarm of bees.
This was the 3rd